The Galactic Council had classified Earth as a death world centuries ago. Its high gravity, extreme temperature variations, and aggressive fauna had convinced them that nothing truly intelligent could evolve there. Any species that did would surely be brutish, simple-minded creatures focused solely on survival. Captain Drell of the Varaxian Empire stood on the bridge of his warship, mandibles twitching with anticipation. His species had conquered 37 worlds, and Earth would be the 38th. Intelligence reports suggested the humans would be physically strong but mentally primitive, perfect for labor camps. "Begin the invasion," Drell ordered, his exoskeleton gleaming under the ship's lights. "Remember, these creatures evolve on a death world. They may be strong, but they lack the sophisticated thinking that comes from evolving in a peaceful environment." The Varaxian fleet descended upon a small human outpost on Mars, humanity's first interplanetary colony. It was supposed to be a simple operation, overwhelm the primitive creatures with superior technology, and force their surrender. But something was wrong. "Captain," called Lieutenant Morva, her antennae flattening against her head, "the humans are adapting." Drell clicked his mandibles in disbelief as he watched the battle footage. The humans had quickly analyzed Varaxian shield frequencies and were modifying their weapons on the fly. They worked in seamless coordination, communicating through encrypted channels that Varaxian technology couldn't crack. "Impossible," he muttered. "These are death world creatures. They should be attacking head-on, relying on brute strength." The human resistance intensified. Within hours, they had reverse-engineered captured Varaxian weapons. Within days, they had developed countermeasures to Varaxian tactics. Drell called an emergency meeting with his war council. "We severely underestimated these humans," said Commander Torque, the oldest and most experienced warrior. "Their minds are different. They think in ways we don't." "Explain," demanded Drell. "Their intelligence evolved under constant threat," Torque continued. "While our ancestors developed intelligence through social interaction in safe environments, humans developed it as a survival mechanism. They're not just smart, they're smart in a way specifically designed to overcome threats." The invasion stalled, then it reversed. Human ships began appearing with technology that seemed cobbled together from scraps, yet functioned with terrifying efficiency. Their tactics were unpredictable, innovative, and ruthlessly effective. They didn't fight according to any known military doctrine. Drell watched in horror as his supposedly superior fleet was systematically dismantled by a species that, according to all Galactic Council classifications, shouldn't even have achieved spaceflight. The final blow came when Drell's flagship was surrounded by 5 human vessels. His communications officer received a transmission from their leader, a human called Tom. "This is General Tom Walker of the Earth Defense Force," said the human. His voice was calm, almost conversational. "You've seen what we can do with a week's notice and limited resources. I suggest you consider what we might do if given a month." Drell felt his blood run cold. "What do you want?" "Your immediate withdrawal and a formal apology to the Galactic Council," Tom replied. "We'll keep some of your technology as compensation for the inconvenience." The Varaxian Empire, which had never known defeat, retreated that day. In the aftermath, Drell was summoned to the Galactic Council to explain his failure. He stood before representatives of 100 peaceful worlds, beings who had evolved in environments of plenty and safety. "We fundamentally misunderstood what creates advanced intelligence," Drell testified. "Humans don't think like us because they never had the luxury of slow, peaceful development. Their intelligence is forged in crisis, shaped by the constant threat of extinction." He displayed the evidence. Humans had created art while fighting predators, developed mathematics while struggling against ice ages, invented philosophy while warring amongst themselves. Their intelligence wasn't separate from their survival instinct. It was their survival instinct. "They call their planet a cradle of civilization," Drell continued, "but it's more accurate to call it a forge. Every human is hammered into shape by conditions that would kill most species. They don't just survive their death world, they're defined by it." The council chambers filled with murmurs of disbelief and fear. "We classified death worlds as places where intelligence would be stunted," Drell concluded. We were wrong. Deaf worlds don't prevent intelligence. They create a kind of intelligence we can barely comprehend. One that sees existential threats as puzzles to be solved, that transforms survival pressure into innovation. After the hearing, Council Leader Ven approached Drell privately. Is there hope for peaceful relations? Ven asked. Drell considered the question carefully. Yes, humans are dangerous because they evolved expecting danger. But when treated with respect, they demonstrate remarkable capacity for cooperation. They're as innovative in friendship as they are in war, perhaps more so. Ven nodded thoughtfully. Then we shall extend an invitation to join the Council. Better to have Deaf World intelligence working with us than against us. 1 year later, human representatives took their place in the Galactic Council. While other species had evolved intelligence through millennia of peace, humans had developed theirs through millennia of confronting the impossible and surviving anyway. The universe would never be the same.